Hi, my name is Gabby Hall, and my topic is why the U.S. Congress should not abolish the Department of Education. Imagine a classroom with empty desks, not because students lack interest, but because their schools were shut down. Imagine teachers leaving angry and unsupported. Imagine millions of students, mostly desperate in need of help, left without resources they need to succeed. It's not a fantasy. It's an all too real potential future if the U.S. Congress dismantles the Department of Education. From the Department of Education's official website, last updated on March 19, 2025, the U.S. Department of Education's mission is to promote student achievement and preparation for global competitiveness, for fostering educational excellence and ensuring equal access for students of all ages. To abrogate this mission would have catastrophic and wide-ranging consequences. Today, I'm advocating for why the Department of Education must not be abolished by Congress. We'll explain the main three reasons. 1, the Department of Education is essential for funding and support. 2, it safeguards equity and access in education, and eliminating it would harm real students and educators. Reason number 1, the Department of Education is essential for funding and support. We start with the money. In a Pew Research Center article published March 18th, 2025, they wrote that nationally, the federal government spent about 13.6% of total funding for public elementary and secondary schools in fiscal 2022, based on the Census Bureau information. That's not just a number. That's billions of dollars going into school lunch programs, special education, rural schools, and teacher training. Abolishing the Department of Education would jeopardize this funding, placing an additional burden on already strained state and local governments. Without it, the quality and consistency of education across the country would be lost, most especially in underfunded communities. Reason number 2. It protects equity and access to education. The Education Department is not just about money, it's about fairness. According to Dr. Cheryl Holcomb McCoy, featured in Diverse Issues in Higher Education on January 15, 2025, if the ED is eliminated, there would be no federal agency to address education and enforce equity and fairness in the system. She warns of the dire consequences: losing curriculum standards, disrupting Pell Grants, weakening support for HBCUs, and eliminating federal oversight in special education. These aren't just abstractions. They're structural supports propping up the very idea of equal opportunity in American schools. Lose them, and we are no longer constrained by fairness at the federal level. That disproportionately damages poor kids, kids of color, and kids with disabilities, already the most likely to slip through the cracks. Reason number 3. Actual people. Educators and students will get hurt. Let's talk about how this would really play out on the ground. In a March 6th and updated on March 21st, 2025, PBS article, a substitute teacher in Walnut Creek, California, said elimination of special education services will impact every student in public education. Teachers will be eliminated, increasing the class sizes. It will open the door for unqualified and unvetted individuals in classrooms. Rural schools will shutter. This is a powerful real-world example when we talk about dismantling the Department of Education. We're not talking about cutting red tape. We're talking about eroding support systems, protecting student safety, instructional quality, and future success. In conclusion, the Department of Education is not a bureaucratic extravagance. It is a national commitment of access to education, funding, equity, and excellence. Eliminating it would be a short-sighted, irresponsible policy that jeopardizes millions of students across the country. We need more support for education, not less. Congress must not zero out the Department of Education. It must invest in it. It must defend it and permit it to keep moving forward in its mission of promoting achievement and ensuring equal opportunity. Thank you. Any questions? Trinity.
Does the department help college students too, or just younger kids?
It helps both. It supports public schools and also runs programs like Pell Grants and student loans for college kids. Getting rid of the Department of Education would make it harder for many people to afford college.
what's one big reason to keep the Department of Education?
Well, I think the biggest would probably be fairness. The Department of Education makes sure that everyone, whether they're rich or poor, from a big city or a small town, has a chance to learn and grow and succeed. Thank you.